Good morning. It's a little after 7:30 a.m. on the east coast of Florida, and welcome to Coffee and Tea with OMG. Hey, good news.
What's that?
We do not have to worry about Pete Hegseth leading our DOD
Wow. Why is that?
because we found out he can do 47 push-ups.
Well, that must that's a winner for me.
You know, that's the one qualification that I think is super important, and thank you to the Republican senator who was able to ferret that important information out.
Wow.
I'm not even going to go into all that because I did that already yesterday. It was a show. But we also know that tonight is going to be the farewell address from President Biden, and we thank him so much for his service. But I'm going to be honest, I think there should be age limits on these really, important things for senators, for congresspeople, for presidents. I mean, we are OAF, old as
Old and feeble.
and old as And last night I turned over wrong in bed, and now I cannot put on my socks and shoes because my back hurts.
Man.
Everything falls apart. You don't even know when it's going to be. You wake up one day and you can't see, or you can't hear, or your hair's falling out, or your memory's gone.
Or you can't find your phone.
Exactly. I mean, you and I just kind of wander around always wondering, and ask each other, it's great though, because you can't really see me that well. So you still think I'm beautiful until you put your glasses on.
You are beautiful.
And also, more really good news. They are putting a thing on the floor there, Markey and a bunch of other, elected officials, to try to put in an extension on the TikTok ban. So that has not been passed, but they're trying to get it to extend for another 270 days. So yay to my side hustle, being able to continue, so I don't have to be a Walmart greeter or, be the food, person that lets you try the samples of food at Publix, because you know what'll happen, right?
I do know what happens, yes.
I'm going to eat them all. So, and really, really big news.
What's that?
You know what it is.
Oh.
We just found out my middle child, who's my oldest son and lives in Australia, his wife is Australian, they're having their second baby. Yay. And it's going to be, they just let us, we already knew, but she had a cesarean, emergency cesarean the first time. Now it's a scheduled one. And so they just scheduled it, and it's going to be our Monday. But, they live in the future there in Australia. So that will be our Sunday night, something like that. So super excited. We went to Australia 2 years ago.
Yes.
What an incredible country and people, and they love Americans.
Oh yeah, it was quite fun.
Yeah, what's up with that? Because, everywhere else, that's not the way it is. Hopefully it will continue. But when they find out you're American, they roll out the red carpet. It is, they're your best buddy. And why is this?
Well, my brother who was a Vietnam vet was Navy, and when his ship, which was a destroyer, a warship, pulled into Australia, he noticed there was hundreds and hundreds of Australians on the docks waiting to greet the Americans. And well, why is that? He said back in World War II, when the Japanese were planning on basically attacking Australia, the American war fleet put a stop to that and pushed the Japanese out. So that basically saved Australia from being attacked by the Japanese. So they've always been forever grateful for that.
Wow. And all these years later, which is many generations later, they still remember and feel that way. And it's just so cool. I mean, and they're so cheerful, super cheerful. And my son always kind of jokes about the fact that whatever's going on here in the U.S., what's popular, hip, or cool, they're a little bit behind. Even though they're in the future, they're a little bit behind. So one of the things that's super popular there, not here, is malls. The malls are alive and well in Australia, folks. When we went there, it was so nostalgic. We were like, what? Malls? And they're all packed with people. And there'll be a beautiful, huge mall. And 10 minutes away, another huge mall, another 10 minutes.
Yep.
And busy, busy, busy. We loved it. So, and again, so much fun, beautiful country. It was Melbourne where they're at.
Oh, yeah.
So in 10 or 15 minutes, you'd be up in the mountains with stunning wineries, or you'd be at the beach with these cliffs that were gorgeous, or you were in downtown Melbourne, which
that was beautiful. The architecture there is so unique. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. It's pretty amazing.
And what's interesting is they will have really old, historic really old architecture that is amazing and historical. And right next to it will be the most modern, unbelievably
Oh yeah.
how
Yep.
they do these things. There was a big building downtown
Mm-hmm.
that when you take a picture of it, the way they have the windows and how it looks, it will look like the face of a man.
Yep.
It's a really stunning.
Really, it's crazy, but yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. And for some reason, everything there, when they say it, it ends in an IE. They put like fun names to everything. So McDonald's is called Mackey's. They call it Mackey's. Breakfast is Brekkie.
Yep.
And then weirdly, Burger King, the Burger King there, which looks exactly like our Burger King, same emblem, the burger,
Same food.
the little crown, everything, same food, everything, but it's called Hungry Jack's.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know why that is. So that was really interesting. And then, of course, usually their pronunciations are the same as England, pretty much. You know, where a banger is sausage, Kransky is sausage.
It's hard to order. We went to the market to get some to make I think a pot roast, and I wanted a 3-pound chuck roast, and the guy looked at me like funny because they use metric system.
Yes, we know.
Yeah, it was confusing.
Well, and even their stove, it is not in ours. So I was trying to help and cook, and I'm like, it says 180. What is 180? I don't know what that means. And we can't drive there because we don't want to drive on the other side of the road.
Scary.
And the other really interesting thing is with the sports there, which they're huge sports fans. When we were there, they had like a big championship.
Yeah.
And it was sort of football, but it's their version, and they call it footy.
Yeah.
And it's not soccer, it's not rugby, which they have those and they love those. We don't understand Australian football. Is that what it was called?
I think it was Australian rules football. It made no sense.
But they love it, and they even gave everyone the day off. Like in the country,
it's huge.
It's a big
they
deal.
Shut down the whole country.
Yeah, and so it's real hard to figure all that, but they love it, whatever it is. And then you got to golf there, but then you found out they don't really use golf carts.
No, they don't. And it's
roll like up and down.
Florida golf courses are really flat. Those aren't. Those are like
not flat.
Golfing in the Rocky Mountains. It was straight up, straight down.
Yeah.
It was very difficult. I only played 12 holes and I had to quit.
But it was fun. And the downside was that when he lived in Singapore, I'd gotten my tickets to go see them and the new grandbaby, their first one. And then COVID happened. So couldn't go. It was a big mess. And then they moved to Australia later. So when we were going to go there, we had to use our Singapore Air tickets because of a big to-do. Well, that meant we had to go through Singapore to get to Australia, which is way out of the way. So we ended up going from Florida to New York, which is almost 3 hours, then getting on the world's longest nonstop flight. That's a 20-hour flight from New York to Singapore. And then that wasn't it. We still weren't there. We had to then go from Singapore to Melbourne, which was 8 hours. I think we were traveling for 3 days.
Yeah, I had 2 birthdays during that time.
Yes. And, we were good sports about it going. We read up on what to do. But on that flight, we were in premium economy, which really means nothing.
Yeah.
You didn't have a choice. There was premium economy or business class.
Right.
Business class, you could sleep. When we landed, I would have given any amount of money, all of our money, if we could have gotten tickets for the way home in business class so we could lay down, but there weren't any.
No.
And then, worst of all, while we were there, Hurricane Ian hit here in Florida. And it was so stressful to try to watch that. And our family, our friends, all experiencing it, our home. So with all of those factors and the fact that they're having a brand new baby that'll just be a few weeks old, and I'm really going there to help and, of course, see them, not for the sightseeing. I'm going there alone this time without you.
Yes, it's going to be lonely here.
You're going to miss me.
I am going to miss you. So are the puppies. It's going to be
investigative
tough.
reporters.
Yes.
So I'm still going to try to do all of our stuff. We'll figure it out. But anyway, some exciting times. So, I hope you have a great day today, mister.
I'm going to try.
All right. And you all have a great day as well. Take care.